Good morning, welcome back to the apocalypse, welcome back to Project Zomboid. And yesterday we cleared out Meatshire Estate, pretty much, mostly. So the plan today is we're gonna go house to house, make sure there are no zombies left, and then also do a preliminary, no, probably a final looting. So my plan is gonna be, let me just show you my plan. So first house, of course we do all the keys we picked up, and we don't have the one for this. So, while we're going through, everything that seems somewhat useful, I'm gonna pick up. And then for each house, everything that we picked up, we're gonna throw on the ground on the street, because otherwise we're gonna be over encumbered in no time. Which seems like a bad idea. But that way also, I can make sure I don't have to go back into houses. Now, ideally, I would like a loot bag. Now, back that I can have in my offhand. Ice cream, sure. Because that would make unpacking and packing that stuff way easier. And yeah, even the fresh food. I'm gonna bring everything to the main house. Or rather, well, out on the street first. And actually also a cooking pot, why not? In here, yeah, good condition claw hammer. Nails, because we're gonna need them for the front. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna be a lot of stuff, I think. We'll do a little pile of loot that we're gonna pick up later. All of that stuff. Yes, you know, it's totally fine leaving the fresh yogurt on the street. Still gonna be fine to eat, don't worry about it. We should probably, I don't know, make some more room. Only having 6 room in the backpack for the loot we pick up, kinda a little bit on the low side. Why are they keeping red droppings in their cupboards? Yeah, feels. I wouldn't do that. A lot of red droppings. Oh, okay. Maybe it's the rats who lived here. Or long johns. The one thing we need to loot in the middle of July. And I guess the other thing I should be doing, I'm not sure about. Do I dismantle all the lights for electrical XP? I think that's the one thing I might be coming back to. That at least doesn't take as long as looting every container again. Just, you know, dismantling the lights is a later survivor job. Okay, and I guess that's pretty much the way I'm gonna handle this neighborhood now. So I don't think it's gonna be super interesting to see every single item I looted on the screen. So we're gonna do a few cuts here and there.
Hey!
But let's see how far we get today. Right, second house is done. We not only found a roadside duffel bag, we put all the stuff in, but also a proper duffel bag that we can then use to loot the next house over. No zombies so far. Let's see what we get here. This one was a little bit of a bust. We only got a couple items here, although we did get 2 performance mufflers that we can use in the future. So that might be nice. And I completely forgot that this house had a basement. Not much in it, but a couple of things we can... Hurts me to say that, but we can disassemble the arcade machines for a decent chunk of electrical XP. Moving on. Halfway through the day. Well, not even. Making good progress, I think. It's like an hour or so per house. Oh, hello. Out if there's anyone else in the house. And then, yeah, that's just kind of the way I've been handling things here. We can have every flashlight because all of those can be disassembled for parts later on, or rather for XP. Don't really care about the parts now I say it out loud. Over in here. And then again, the idea is that we just come here, throw it all on the ground for future survivor to pick up. Same thing with the generator. Really need to get rid of these keys once we're through all the houses. Where's the duffel bag? Okay, secondary. And of course, all the keys, but apparently we don't have one for this house. Okay, let me see what we can find inside. Found the key to the basement. A little nervous, it was a little too dark for my taste. Alright. Oh, that's all worn stuff. In the past, I would have been jumping at wood glue, but I've so barely used any actual repair actions. Taking this, okay. You know what? That house had a little bit more of a haul. Putting a generator. Bunch of other stuff here, a pistol. Then that fire iron, yes. And then I actually left something here, a handgun case. More stuff. Not sure if we eventually go into firearms. I kind of would like to give them another try. Haven't really done too much shooting yet in Build 42, but I'm also thinking about potentially doing a firearms only run at some point. So we'll see. For now, let's keep on looting. Next house done. A bit of a stinker. Bit of a stinker. But another generator out of the garage, so that's kind of nice. Did I just see a zombie there? Excuse me, sir. This is a no zombie neighborhood. Well, we carry on. Keep on looting. Really? Okay. I'm not gonna pick up every single wrench anymore. We're not gonna run out of weapons anytime soon. Let me see if we find anything worth mentioning. Decent haul from this one, including a double-barrel shotgun and some tailoring supplies here, and a good amount of food on this one here. But yeah, so I think looking at the time, we're not gonna be able to complete the whole neighborhood in one day. I think I'm gonna finish these two houses, and then we're gonna start carrying all of that crap into the main house, considering we have a bunch of frozen and fresh food that needs to be refrigerated. To me, this seemed like the most reasonable approach. To, you know, get through most of the houses in one day and not constantly run back to the main house to drop stuff off. Doesn't seem to be anything here. You know what? Long sticks? I remember looking for those for a long time. I don't think we're going to build anything out of those anytime soon. But they're on my this is actually a valuable item internal list, so I'm gonna keep them. I think we're already done with carpentry from tapes. Should look at that. Is that a carton of nails? Mushroom soup. Almost. Close enough. I'm surprised how many people have a generator just in their garage. Performance time. Like, the main idea here is that we are not gonna go back into any of the houses for looting. We're almost already full here. And actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I might just, in our collection run here, to bring everything back to the main base, only pick up the perishable stuff. Because otherwise, again, I'm going to be running back and forth 15 times, and I'd rather collect everything. I've been here. Collect everything with the car. That probably makes way more sense. Stale food, we don't care about. I mean, most of the other stuff's probably gonna go bad anyway. Right, I'll continue looting and I'll update you what we get out of this house. Turns out absolutely nothing of value upstairs, so really just the stuff we found in the kitchen. Moving on to the next one. Again, we don't have a key for this. Time to loot. So that house wasn't super bad. The burner actually decided to just bring it all over here to the pile next door. Makes it a little bit easier. Even had to put some stuff into a main inventory. And I think, yeah, it's getting late enough. Let's get all the fresh stuff actually back into the duffel, and we're going to collect from all the piles that we left behind in our walk here. Oh, I was missing something. Okay, that's the only thing. All right, bring it all home. And then I guess we'll continue with the second half of this neighborhood in the morning. Yeah, never mind. There's still a zombie here. Actually, we still have plenty of daylight left. We can do one more house. Maybe two. Just
Hey!
not sneaking around here. Someone is there. We want to know about them. Yeah, it seems really, really, really quiet. Actually, I don't know if we have all the car tools yet. Let's make sure we grab that jack. Oh, and a bunch of performance tires again. All right. By a bunch of, I mean one. I think exposure survival 8 water collection is also carpentry, so that's not going to be super useful. Video. Gotta get that electrical XP where we can get it, eh? Although I would really prefer if one of the houses has the generator magazine and we can stop worrying about electrical. There was a key inside. Okay, let me get that upstairs. So confident that surely we must have the key. We looted so many keys, but no. Another house we didn't have the key for. Sure, we can grab another hammer. 11. You know what? We can finish this part of the street here, probably. Hey, did I miss the fridge, or did the fridge actually not have anything? I'm always concerned when I don't come out of the house without anything fresh. Yeah, no, plenty of food here. Right, next house. Yeah, nothing too groundbreaking in the house, but we have another basement here. How did I not see this guy? So, like, this reminds me of some basements that have, like, doors hidden by crates. I was so focused on that, and I didn't see the zombie standing there. Holy crap. It's fine. Oh, no. Well, this was the garage had the band practice thing going on there up top. So maybe that's why this kind of loot is here. Kind of curious. We're gonna throw all this stuff on the ground. Okay, no hidden door here. Woo. I mean, it's 8 in the evening, but I'm wide awake now. I can tell you that much. Okay, next door was the creepy garage with all the corpses house. You know, I'm gonna start with the basement on this one. Nothing in here. Not only full of corpses, but we also have a looted house again, so the good stuff might just be spread out on the ground. Yeah, we should definitely get one of those. So sure. Yeah, mostly ignoring canned food again because it's so much weight for so little payoff. On the ground, okay, sure. We do the final upstairs here together. Nothing on that side, really. I was kind of hoping that we find like a hiking bag in one of the big wardrobes, because that's not too uncommon to find. So far, no luck. A welding torch. So yes. Okay, time to throw our stuff that we don't want to carry home with us over here. Yeah, we can carry the rest. Alright. Anyway, heading back to base. Gonna read some more about maintenance, and then in the morning we'll do the rest of this neighborhood. Fresh day, fresh start. Looks like there's a zombie out here. However, there was. I'm fairly certain we kinda cleared this house, but we didn't actually loot anything, and we didn't bring loot out. So Let's get back to it. I think it's all gonna be hopefully worth it, doing this thorough, going through every single house, grabbing everything that's worthwhile, anything, and then the only reason for me to ever go back into any of those houses is to disassemble stuff for electrical XP. Though I'm not gonna pick up red books, but you know. There are sometimes, you know, depending on what you do with a character, situations where like, oh crap, I'm running out of red books to make myself feel better. In that case, I think we kinda barely remember where we left them. So many welding torches though. Can I actually do some metal work in here? Anyway, the usual stuff. There. Yeah, and I can definitely see us coming back to Micha a couple times, since we have so many spare generators here. Depending on where on the map we are, obviously. But yeah, being able to pick up a generator on command is going to be quite good. So yeah, and even if you don't intend going making this your base, I think that just having generators fairly reliably spawn in this area makes this definitely a PY, an area worth coming for. Alright, back to more looting and dumping on the street in a second. Already one house over, which had a premium generator, would you look at that, and a whole bunch of food there. Actually considering bringing that back to base, to the freezer right away, but it's fine. So I think it's really just these two houses left. Did we do... yeah, that one is... yeah, last two houses. Okay. Can't wait to get rid of all the residence keys from this area.
Hey!
That's weighing us down way too much. Way more than keys should. Alright, let's see what we can find in here. Alright, so far this whole looting run of this neighborhood has severely lacked in DPH, ducks per house. I think there's only the second rubber duck we looted here. But you see, we definitely have our survival priorities set straight. And we've kind of already been in this house. That was the moving crates and all the books in them somewhere. Well, I think this might just be a good old... well, I know I have this. I should really make use of the set unwanted on books that I already have. So that they just get grayed out when I'm looting them. It's a good function, and I was happy that they introduced it, but I've not been using it at all. Like that, something out here. Yeah, I guess, you know, since this house is open now, including the back? Question mark? No. But it's, you know, none of my current resident keys help here, so I'm just gonna dump all of these keys in there. You can put the whistle on the belt, on the earring. Wonderful. Alright, well, let's see if I can find a key in here so we can get in the basement without having to manually disassemble the thing. Wish me luck. One quick disassembly later. This basement. Oh, a tailoring basement, I think. Oh. Cool new outfit here, if we want to. I mean, to be honest, what are we currently wearing? Jeans, yeah, let's just wear a fresh pair of jeans, not some that are completely bloody and crusted from blood and zombie remains. Maybe a fresh t-shirt. That sports shirt there. Good as new. Alright, guess we might as well start picking stuff up. But I did say I wanted to do that with the vehicle, right? But let's pick up the stuff from this place. No, actually, that was dumb. Put it all on the ground. Pick up the fresh food from here and from the house next door, so it doesn't go bad. Technically that popcorn wasn't fresh, but I get it now. Hey, I guess the next order of business. I mean, we bring in all the fresh food in. The rest doesn't run away. I want to collect that stuff, but that's not necessary priority. I just wanted to get the looting done, so I can get rid of the house keys, and so that I can rescue all the fresh food. That's the main driver here. I think the next order of our business is gonna be probably carpentry. So let me check. Do I have the hacksaw? Yes. Do we have any nails? Yeah, could be some more. Bring in any nails last night? Not really. I know that we also apparently I missed that apple. Fresh onion. Oh, cabbages. Should have brought them into the fridge on day one. And the jars. We're also gonna bring them inside. Anything else that is fresh? No. Okay, but it looks like we have 59 nails here in the car still. So we're gonna grab ourselves a couple logs. I'm gonna start setting up some wooden wall frames here, just to get some carpentry XP going. Oh boy. What happened here?
Hey!
Any other takers? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, no, never mind. There's one more. Need to disassemble pages. Apparently, that's a yes. Okay. So, grabbing some logs. I mean, we could just bring our fire axe and just chop some logs. Probably make a lot of sense. It's 5 logs that we have now with the 2 we picked up earlier. It's like, what, 15 planks? Would get us somewhere, and there's like 2 more logs right here. Saw them. Craft them. Not a lot of carpentry XP, at least for this step. Let's see, what do we get for the wall frames? Also, can we just build it on top of this fake fence? Yes, we can. And by the way, as is typical with most bases, most roads in this game, this road is 5 tiles wide. Gates are 4 tiles wide. That's just the sad reality we live in. I'm probably gonna need way more frames anyway, so let's favorite that. Makes it easier to find. It's easy to complain about the new building and crafting interface if you're not using the features of it, right? Well, the next question would be here. That's all the frames we need. How close did that get us to level 4 carpentry? Because I'm fairly certain if we now do a wooden wall, we can only do the basic one. What would we need for the... Let's make a wooden wall. Level 4 also for the advanced, and level 6 for the craftsman. Well, I'm sure the basic one is not gonna look that bad, right? And I also know that it's totally looking awful. not bad for first effort-ish. Yeah, let's grab some more logs. I might actually grab the fire axe. It's a little bit we're running out of logs to pick up here. We got 2 more, that's 6 planks, that's 3 walls, but we're gonna need plenty more also for the gate then eventually. Getting the axe. And with an axe at hand, this is going a little bit faster in terms of collecting logs. So, favorite wooden wall. And actually on the wall right next to the gate, I like having a window. This way, I can kind of have a peek through if there's anyone outside. Now, it's not that necessarily considering we also have metal fences that do not block line of sight, but still, it's kind of my thing. Usually I do it on both sides, but I already built the wall on that side. Alright, how are we looking? How are we looking? Carpentry. I'm gonna have to saw a couple more logs here. We just put down some wooden floors, so anywhere really. He's not having a good time, is he? Also already check here. Big double tall wooden gate. 8 planks is what we need. Okay. So we got more than enough already. And hinges and doorknobs we should be able to find in the houses that I said I would never go back to. Alright, so let's actually pick up like 4 of these. Just to get us the remaining XP. So I'm fairly certain in terms of material costs and everything, just building floors at 20 XP each, fastest way to level. And this is without having the boost from the books or anything. How close are we? Any busted down doors? That's good. seems busted in. So does this one in the... No, I think that one in the back is open. Oh, this is also just open. Never mind. Zombies have been very civil. Now this was what the one that had everything busted in. So that's 3 hinges, 2 knobs. Gonna need 1 more hinge. Wonderful. Right, now all we need is building menu, double gate. And are you gonna build it, or are you gonna be out of range of the planks? Actually build it. What a deal. Base almost secured. And one more little detail that we need to take care of, and that is the little gate in the back towards the well. Well. Means we're gonna need... I kinda wanna put a door there. That makes more sense to me, because if this was my base, I would still want to go to the well occasionally. I'm gonna need 2 more hinges and another knob. That's broken in. There's also no hinge. There we go. We're probably also gonna need a couple more planks. I think we have 3 left over from the other side, plus 3 from this log. Should be then enough to build a door frame and a door. Oh, would you look at that? We have visitors on the back gate. This scrap here.
Hey!
Out here. That was surprisingly fragile. Door frame. What are you missing? 4 planks. Am I going crazy now? Why is it? Why wouldn't it be up top with the other available crafts? Very strange. And now we want a door. Door basic. 4 more planks for nails. Oh, we're out of nails, huh? Did I have any more planks on me? 2. Okay, so I'm still gonna need 1 more lock. And a couple more nails. I'm sure we had some nails outside one of the houses nearby. We're gonna find a lock on the way somewhere. Right, planks in hand. Basic wooden door. Now, if that doesn't sound like, look like a secure base to you, I don't know what would. Double checking that none of the gates here actually are fake gates that you can walk to. No, that looks sturdy, safe. No zombie's gonna get through that. Alright. I'd say that was a fairly successful 2 days. We looted all the buildings. Haven't collected the loot yet here, except for all the food, which was definitely worthwhile a pickup, yeah. I think we definitely deserve an ice cream after that. And we secured both entrances. So no more zombies should be spawning inside this area. So we can kind of run around naked, dancing in the street if we want to. If that's my kind of thing. Don't judge. So yeah, that's Zinc. Helicopter day. Initial day of getting here. 2 days of looting and securing. Now we have 3 days basically of relaxing. So probably gonna spend most of this gonna be off-camera days, because we're gonna be reading through a bunch of those books that we found. Which honestly, with just 3 days where we can do something, that's like maybe 3, maybe 4 books. And then we're gonna do a big disassembly, see what we can do about electrical. Oh, yeah, we don't even have hot wiring yet. For some reason I thought we already had electrical one and had hot wiring. No, even that is still missing. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm gonna spend a couple off-camera days here, relaxing and taking advantage of that nice, secure, and huge base for us. And in the next episode, I'm gonna give you a summary of what we did, what kind of skills and books we worked on, and then ultimately we're gonna head to that mailbox in front of the gate, front gate, and see if there's a flyer in there. If we don't find it there, we're just gonna head down the road to the next mailbox and pick up our next target. But that's gonna be in another episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.